Alright guys, like I said, I was going to kick you back on when the dinosaur discovery was found. So from the wherever they make these bikes in China or Japan, wherever the hell they make them, they put this rubber coating like in the last cut of the video. And I had to dig through it like a fossil, like a dinosaur, to find the shunts. And be very careful if you do this. Do not, there's very tiny wires. I was looking at this controller here. For reference, but it's wired differently, so you gotta be very, very careful. And as you can see, we found the shunts after digging through the controller, and found the shunts right here, 1 and 2. So what we're gonna do is add some solder on the top of it right here. First I'm gonna squeeze them together and then just add a nice thin layer of solder right on top of that right there. So let me get my tools so I can squeeze them together. I'm just gonna use these vice grips with and just squeeze them lightly, not too much together. And then do the other side the same way. Just be very careful not to disturb anything else. So right there, you see how I squeeze them together there. We're just gonna add some solder right on top of that. Okay, I'm not sure if you can see that very well, but I'm just gonna add the solder to that. I'm just gonna turn on the fan. Sorry for the noise. And you see all the rubber. The rubber is all over the place right now because I was just trying to dig that out for a half hour and being very careful not to disturb anything else around it. And I did have to undo the let me show you guys here. Peel back this plastic cover, wire cover, where it holds the harness to the circuit board. I had to peel this back and then lift up a little bit, not much, because these thin wires here, you don't want to be soldering that back up. So just be mindful of what you're doing, be very careful. Anyway, let's solder these two shunts together. I'll give you some more room here. And we will solder these shunts together slowly but surely. You're not going to be able to see, but I need to have this as flat as possible so I can weld these shunts together and not have it drip on the circuit board anywhere where there's other wires. So here we go. Okay, we got one piece here. Just being very careful not to disturb anything else, and not have it drip somewhere where you don't want any solder. So boom, boom, boom. We're just gonna clean that up, make it go this way, have it smooth as possible. Alrighty, that looks pretty good. I'm just gonna add a little bit more. Just make sure it goes in there. It goes around it. Alright. And that's good. And let's blow on it so the solder can harden. And don't do this if you care about your bike. If you don't know how to do this, just be very careful. I have other controllers I can slap on this, so I'm not very worried if I fry a controller or whatever happens. I have other batteries, other controllers, and stuff like that, so not too worried about it. Done it before and saw a change in the controller and how it acts, so I'm doing it to this bike. So there it is. There it is right there. The shunt mod on the other controller right here. Had to dig through this hard rubber, but you see all this. But just be very careful, be mindful of small wires, and you'll get it done. It's right here, the shunt. And the rear of the shunt is, the back of the shunts are here. This is the rear, the back of the shunt. So I'll be adding solder to all of this, beefing it up like I did the other controller. So I already did it on the other controller, so you can see the other video on that. But the shunt mod is complete. Both controllers are shunt modded, as you can tell here. We got one here and one here. Dual controllers. Please stay tuned. I have the KT 30 amp controller that I'm just gonna disable this controller here for the front hub and run this one for the front hub, and the KT 30 amp controller will be for the rear hub. So we're gonna do that. Stay tuned for this build, please. Emiot S8 is gonna be on the road soon. Thank you very much.